Hello everybody, today is March 9, 2023, and this is a residential housing progress update video for the KB Homes Aurora, Bluffs, and Crestline housing project. This is three different housing projects. As you can see, one is in the corner of Sweetwater Springs Boulevard and Hamasha Boulevard, the other one is across the creek, and the third one is to the left side of the creek. And the third one work barely started. The first building is up, but this one is near completion, and the one on the right is halfway. This housing project started more than a year ago, but due to the pandemic and all that, the work was halted and there was no progress for some time. However, when they restarted the work, it's going at an amazing speed, and the houses are coming up and being completed so fast that with a blink of an eye you see another building raised up. This section right here has like apartment buildings, I believe, because that's too big to be a single family home. So they're like apartment buildings, and amazingly they all have solar panels. I wonder who benefits from the solar panel, all houses or the second floor homes, or how that works. But yeah, it does have a solar panel. I believe the effective in the recent years, it's a requirement for any home builder to install solar panels on the newer homes. This creek that you see underneath, the beautiful green lush creek, is the Sweetwater Springs. That's the reason this area is called Spring Valley. It is for the very 4 springs that were on the bottom of this creek. I have a separate video on that, like a historical documentary that shows how people used to make money off of that spring water, selling it as medical remedy. Anyways, as you can see, these homes are coming along very beautiful. You see that the color variation, the dark blue and the gray and the cream color, they are so beautiful. And these people, they know what they're doing when it comes to... Oh, by the way, let me make something clear. I'm not being paid by KB Homes or any of the builders or homeowners. I'm doing this as a hobby just to help people. This is just a hobby. It's like helping out the neighborhood so they could see where the progress is. I'm not promoting these homes, neither am I against these homes. Just a neutral opinion, that's all it is. In my opinion, these homes are beautiful. They look at that gray and dark brown combination, not to mention gray and blue. Look at this one, so beautiful. The only thing I would do different if I were to build these homes, I'm probably gonna leave a little more space between the homes, because if one guy has loud music, I don't think the adjacent neighbor is gonna be very happy. But if you're quite neighbor, then I don't think there should be any problem. And it's worth mentioning that these homes also have solar panels, as you can see. And one thing I want to clarify, because we have solar panels in our house, having solar panels doesn't completely offset your electrical bill. You will still pay for your electricity. It will just be a little cheaper. The way it works is that the meter will spin the opposite direction when there is sun and you're not spending any electricity or not like consuming power. The meter will spin the opposite direction. But the bad news is that at the rate that they're purchasing electricity from you, the San Diego Gas and Electric, is not the same rate that they're selling it to you. So basically you're buying it more expensive but selling it cheaper. Just so you know, it's something that a lot of people didn't know, how the electricity thing works. Now, I do realize that people who signed up for solar panels years back, like a few years ago, or even in the beginning of this year, they will get full credit for their, reverse rotation of their meter. But anyone after this When they get it, I believe it's the month of April of 2023. I could be wrong. After that, the full credit will not be there. It will be partial credit for the electricity that's being produced by the solar panels. Now, depending on which side of the roof the solar panel is located, the production of electricity will differ. The one that gets the higher amount of sun exposure is obviously the one that with the most amount of production. This is the second housing project, and as you can see, this one is not as complete as the other one, but some serious work is on the progress here, like ongoing work. As you can see, there's a lot of construction material. There's a lot of concrete slab foundation layouts on the right, because the work is in progress in some of these areas. We will refrain from flying on those areas. We will not be flying on people or moving vehicles, just strictly on buildings and other areas. By the way, the drone is from a distance, so this is zoomed images. It isn't so low at lower elevation as it appears to be. This is Dictionary Hill. Now, these homes were there for many years, so nearly 2 decades. Those are not new homes. The street that you see right there, this one, it was just built, and it goes all the way to the post office. These homes are also not occupied yet. They're also under construction, even though it appears to be complete. It is not complete. And there comes a concrete mixer vehicle. And now let's go and check out the third housing project. Look at that beautiful creek. Look at that lake. Okay, this housing project, oh my god, I couldn't tell from a distance. This housing project is actually 4-story. This is a 4-story high apartment complex. How nice, how beautiful. So this will be I'm sure it's going to be condominiums or condo or apartments. And it's going to be very beautiful because it has such a nice creek view and lake view. I mean, if you rent one of the top or buy one of the top floors, I'm pretty sure you might be able to even see the lake. I'm not sure 100%, but I'm pretty sure you will be able to see the lake from here. As I make a circle around it, we shall see if the lake is visible at such elevation. Well, actually, the drone is way higher than the building, so even if we see the lake, it doesn't guarantee that you can see it from that 4th floor, but it gives you an idea of where it stands. So, no, not maybe. Oh yeah, you should be able to see the lake. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyways, so this housing project just started. The first building, they are far from completion. Even the first building is far from completion, but it does appear like there is 7 or 8 of them piled up next to each other, lined up next to each other. I mean, not piled up, lined up next to each other. So this shall be a beautiful community as well. Very nice, very beautiful. It looks great. So now what we are going to do is we're going to give you a perspective of all 3 housing projects at once from a different angle. Now you're seeing all housing project. I zoomed out. Just so you know, I zoomed out. This is the actual elevation of the drone. When you zoom in, it appears as if you're right on top of the houses. So, by the way, this housing, in order to purchase a house in any of these 3 housing projects, I will leave the website underneath the video description where you could go and check it out and see if you are interested in purchasing a home. I'm not sure about the pricing. I'm not sure about the financing. Like I said, I'm not affiliated with the builder. This is just for information purposes only. Look at that creek. See how beautiful green creek is in between? And by the way, that creek is protected area, so the builder is not going to be building anything there. It's all protected. Now, one thing I'm surprised, I was under the impression that there will be a bridge connecting these two communities, at least like a walking bridge, pedestrian bridge, connecting these two communities. But I see no such bridge. Maybe they weren't granted permission to build a bridge from the city. Is probably what the reason is why there is no bridge. But other than that, you know, it looks great. It looks great. Now you see the gas station on the right. That's a great little community that you can come. I mean, a great little shopping center that you can come with great restaurants, a postal annex. Not to mention the greatest gas prices around the area. So that very, very far faded out mountain that you see, that is Mission Trails. That very, very far, that's Mission Trails. This mountain right here is, actually it's a hill, is Dictionary Hill. It's not a mountain. And as we move to the left, that is Spring Valley, the actual Spring Valley, the city. It's not a city, but you know, the region. And look at the greenery around the lake. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. This looks like a scene from, I don't know, it looks from like Midwest somewhere. Like it's Southern California never looked this green. That is right there, the mountain, Mount St. Miguel with the antennas. And if you move to the left, that is Steel Canyon High School, Hamul. Further left is Target Shopping Center in Rancho San Diego. Going further to the left is your La Mesa community. And further away is El Cajon. And this mountain right here is Mount Helix. Mount Helix is the one closer, and Mission Trail is the farther away. Then the high school right there is Monte Vista High School. And we are back on the housing project, which is near completion on the bottom right. And the other ones are, work has simply started. This road that you see, this is Hamasha Boulevard. This is the road that goes all the way towards the lake. And if you go to the right, it goes all the way to Skyline Church. And furthermore, it goes to Rancho San Diego. So this was the update. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for watching. Stay tuned for future updates.